Hi, I'm Amy Carozza. I'm the principal of Coliseum College Prep Academy. I just wanted to, I appreciate the conversation, and I know this is a very complicated issue, budget in general. The importance of the money at school sites and what that means for kids, especially kids who need the most support, is intense and is precisely compounded at the middle school and high school level, and is compounded in East Oakland and West Oakland. And we need to figure out how to get those kids more money so that they can get the education they need. And I think Dr. Yee was referring to that. Like, how do we do that? How do we make sure that we're doing the things that those students need to be successful and have a real shot at college? That's the real issue. And I think what Preston alluded to was the mindset development. Like, how do you take somebody who's coming in 6th grade or 9th grade who's not reading and teach them they can read? I had one of my students this year graduate. He's on a bulletin board. And he came to me not reading in 6th grade, and he just graduated from high school. What it takes to do that work is this relationship with kids and with families and with communities, and it is different from school to school. And so though there can be central initiatives that have a lot of value in getting to some general ideas about things, there is a law of diminishing returns as money moves away from school sites. They don't know how to take this instructional idea and get it into that kid. And we do at the school site. We know how to. We're willing to be held accountable for doing that. But we need the money to be able to respond to what kids need. And kids who need more should get it. Kids who are in schools with PTAs that can hire 7 extra teachers, that's not fair. And the money that is allocated to school sites to control should be more for schools like mine, where it's 96% free and reduced lunch, where you have kids whose parents are in jail, where you have kids who don't have anybody home sometimes, where you have kids whose mom's dying of AIDS, where you have kids whose parents don't have health care, so that people get diabetes and they're dying a generation earlier. And we need that to support our kids. So the money being allocated to school sites is not just like wishy-washy money that we want to do, and I'm not saying that you think that, but it's not for fun. It's like to meet very specific needs, and it's different from school to school. And we just desperately need it, and we need it more for our kids. Well, my kids.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm willing to answer any questions. I don't know if I know anything you want to know.
Can I actually ask you one question? So this is the point that Mr. Howell was, or actually a question that he had, is we're trying to move where we're providing basic staffing for all schools so that schools aren't relying almost exclusively on employee savings so as to purchase other needed things for your school. Is that the situation right now at your school, that's the way to be able to serve the needs of your students?
I would say my primary focus as a principal coming in, so we just got a 6-year WASC accreditation where we come from, it's a strong school community. The parents are very strong. The teachers are becoming stronger, and has been teacher retention. How do I hold on to them? And so it is expensive to hold on to people, but there's nothing more important than holding on to people who have the capacity to manage the stuff that's happening and really look at kids and say, you can be successful. So I would pay for that. I'm willing to pay for that. What I really need are additional people, because you can't retain people who can't handle their jobs. And there's no point in professionally developing people who can't stay. We need to be able to hold on to these people. And the way you hold on to your teachers is by making their job something they can do and be successful at. Mindset development. And the way you hold on to kids is making their life be something they can do and be successful at. See their growth. And so, no, there's nothing that I will always pay for my teachers to be there and pay for those pieces that we need. Different schools have different needs. So if I was the principal of Castlemont, I would need something different. If I was the principal of Fremont, I would need something different. And that's just why I think it's so important that money goes to sites.
Right. So maximizing the amount of money.
Yeah, we have so little free money at this point.
Right.
Like literally.
That's the
you
question.
Look at my budget, there's just nothing.
Yeah.
But we also took a funding cut. And I mean, I hear that we didn't take a funding cut, but we got a new building, so our custodial allocation went up, which comes straight off the top of the money that we get. So that goes up. So we're down because of Title I going down last year. So we were down $100 just on our straight thing. And then when our custodial costs go up, that's an even bigger tax on us. So we can't afford. And then when we try and get services, the way we have to budget sometimes causes these issues because we're not able to close things or open things as quickly as we need to get the money. And so the money's just really, really tight. And I know there are tons of reasons why all these things happen, but the money can't be this tight for us to really still serve kids and be responsive to what they need. So when a kid comes into my school who's been kicked out of another school community, he needs things. And I can do those things if I have people and stuff to serve him. But if I don't, it just is going to happen to him again. Right. And then he gets pushed out. And then he won't go back eventually. Right. Which is what happens. And so my urgency and desperation in many ways comes from that. Is that I want to serve them.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.